Can a being blessed by God still fall into darkness? Can the very desire or Kamadeva Shiva once destroyed return back to captivate him? And can the churning of an ancient ocean reveal secrets about your own soul? This is not mythology. This is the hidden story of Shakti's grand design and your place within it. Welcome back to Sacred Lalithopakhyanam series. In our previous episodes, we saw Sage Agastya invoking Lord Vishnu, seeking a path where even householders can attain moksha through devotion rather than harsh austerities. Responding to this noble call, Lord Hayagriva appeared and began revealing divine truths that Ma Lalita is none other than Vishnu's own Shakti in feminine form, and how every leela from Indra's fall to Durvasa's curse was part of her divine design. And in this episode, we dive deeper into the mystical events that followed the Samudra Manthan, the sacred birth of Lord Ayyappa, and the beginning of a powerful new chapter, the rise of Bhandasura, the asura born from divine blessing, and how the cosmos prepared for the coming of Lalitha Tripura Sundari, the supreme warrior goddess. But to understand how this all unfolds, we must begin with one of the most symbolic leelas, the Samudra Manthan, the great churning of the cosmic ocean. Though often seen as a myth, its symbols reflect our inner spiritual journey. The Devas represent our sattvic nature, while the Asuras symbolize Rajas and Tamogunas, our ego, desires and impulses. The Mandhara mountain is our restless mind, and the serpent Vasuki is our desires. The Kurma or the tortoise is God's grace, the still foundation beneath our storm. The first outcome of this churning was the halahala poison, the suffering that arises when we begin our inner journey. But just like Shiva, who drank the poison for the welfare of all, we must face it with courage and surrender. The treasures from the ocean symbolizes siddhis, the spiritual powers gained on the path. But these are not the goal. Like Lord Vishnu cautioned the Devas, we must stay rooted in our quest, using such powers for the greater good, not personal desire. As the final and most precious gift, the Dhanvantri emerges with the pot of nectar or amrita, symbolizing the well-being and longevity attained through inner awakening. This amrita is the fruit of deep sadhana, when Kundalini Shakti rises to the Sahasrara, merging the soul with the divine and liberating one from the cycle of birth and death. And the next moment comes when Lord Vishnu appears as Mohini, the enchantress, to preserve dharma and ensure the nectar reaches the deserving. But even here, an asura named Swarabhanu tries to deceive and seal the amrita. Vishnu as Mohini uses Sudarshana ends this illusion, splitting him into Rahu and Ketu, cosmic reminders of our karmic debts and shadow selves. But here is the pestering question. Why does Lord Vishnu always favor the Devas? Because the divine within always supports our sattvic nature to rise above ego and illusion, so that we may taste the amrita of self-realization and unite with the source. If you wish to explore this concept in a detailed way, you can check the video linked in the description. Now returning back to the story, this divine form of Mohini began to draw attention across the three worlds. Her beauty wasn't just enchanting, it was the very expression of cosmic grace. And as always, Sage Narada, the ever-curious messenger, carried this news to Kailasa, to Lord Shiva himself. Shiva, intrigued by the description of this form, decided to witness it for himself. Now, this Mohini was not an illusion. She was Lord Vishnu himself, transformed through deep meditation upon Parashakti. By her grace, Lord Vishnu assumed the perfect feminine form, the same form which, as revealed earlier by Lord Hayagriva, is none other than a form of Lalita herself. And so, when Lord Shiva beheld Mohini, he, the great yogi, the destroyer of karma, was overcome not by illusion but by the divine power of Shakti herself. He embraced her, and from that sacred union was born Lord Ayyappa, the divine child who represents the union of Hari and Hara, Vishnu and Shiva. This is no contradiction but the play of Devi herself. This very Lord Shiva, who once burned karma to ashes, now falls under karma's influence. But this time, it is no ordinary desire, and he bows to its source, the Supreme Devi. This moment is also beautifully echoed in Saundarya Lahari's 5th shloka, where Adi Shankara writes, Haristva Maradhya Pranatajana Saubhagya Jananim Puranari Bhutva Puraripumapik Shobhamanayat. In these opening lines, Adi Shankara describes how Lord Hari once worshipped Devi and by her grace assumed a form of divine beauty, Mohini, so enchanting that it stirred even Lord Shiva. So, in truth, this is not the tale of a god enchanted. It is the revelation of Shakti's boundless power to move, to magnetize, to merge even the highest forces of creation into her divine play. And then Lord Hayagriva continued, O Lord of Lopamudra, he said to Agastya. Lopamudra is Agastya's wife, just for your information. And she herself was a great upasaka of Devi and the author of Hadi Vidya. So Hayagriva continued, I shall now reveal to you the sacred tale of Bhandasura, a divine secret hidden until now. One who truly understands its inner meaning is freed from all sins and attains moksha itself. Long ago, Bhandasura, the powerful head of the Asuras, desired to expand his dominion. From his right shoulder, he created a brother named Vishukra, a being of sharp intellect, equal to Sukracharya in council. From his left shoulder, he manifested another brother, Vishanga, fierce and ruthless. And then, to complete his dark triad, he created a sister named Dhumini, shrouded in smoke and delusion. Armed with these siblings and the legends of other Asura warriors, Bhandasura launched a terrifying conquest. His armies moved unseen, slipping into bodies of beings across the 3 worlds, draining their rasa, their life essence, and leaving them shriveled, weakened, and hollow. Even the Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra, withdrew into their realms, unwilling to confront the Asura, whose might was born of Rudra's own boon. Such was his power that even gods trembled. The Devas lost their tejas, their inner radiance. Some fled to the nether worlds. Some vanished into the oceans. Others hid in deep forest or behind false appearances. Swarga was forgotten. Their glory faded, and in its place, Bhandasura ruled and controlled all lokas, including Yakshas, Nagas, Gandharvas, Siddhas, Kinnaras, Sadhyas, and even Garudas. He mocked the Trinity gods, considering them powerless before his might. But, O sage, listen closely. Bhandasura's end was near. For from Chidagni Homa of Parashambhu, a divine sacrifice was performed, where Devas and beings of all worlds offered their bodies into the sacred fire. And from that fire of consciousness, she rose, the one whom the wise call Lalita, the most graceful and compassionate form of the Divine Mother. With a resplendent form, 4 arms holding pasha, ankusha, bow, and 5 flowery arrows, She was the embodiment of Parashakti, the supreme warrior mother, born not just of light, but of supreme knowledge and power. She rose for one purpose, to destroy Bhanda and restore Dharma. Her battle was not of flesh alone, but of light over ignorance, of soul over ego. Hearing this, the great sage Agastya bowed in reverence and asked, O Hayagriva, tell me more. How was Bandasura born? How did the Divine Mother rise from the sacred fire of Parashambhu? And how did she destroy this mighty Asura? I long to hear every sacred detail. Please enlighten me. And so the wise Guru, Hayagriva, began to narrate the mysterious birth of Bhandasura, a being who, by origin and divine blessing, was destined for greatness, born in a sacred place, granted a boon by none other than Lord Shiva. He could have become a soul of light, but fate, or perhaps ego, took a darker turn. He strayed from the path of Dharma, and with that, twisted the course of the cosmos itself. What led to his fall? Why did the divine plan allow such a powerful being to rise, only to be destroyed? That tale, filled with deeper meanings, hidden codes, and soul-stirring truths, will unfold in the next episodes. For now, we leave you with a question. Do you believe even a soul blessed by God can fall if it misuses its free will? Tell your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your reflections. And if this divine story of Lalitha Devi touched you, give this video a like and share it with the fellow seekers who walk the same path. And here is something special. Our first video on the esoteric meanings of the Lalita Sahasranama will be released soon. So stay connected, stay curious, and stay devoted. Until then, may Devi's grace guide you inward. See you in the next sacred chapter.